Previously on Town Hall 11 Free to Play, we dabbled with the Super Archer. Today, let's jump into an easy clan war army that's perfect if the base is just right. Today, we are going to explore a heavily requested army. The downside, some of you might not be able to do it. I'm talking about dragons and lightning spells. Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Joe, and welcome back for episode 40 of the Town Hall 11 Free-to-Play series. Today, we're going to get into that much-requested dragons and lightning spells. The one big downside about this army is that you have to have the high-level dragons and the high-level lightning spells in order to do this army, unless it's against a really weak base. And the reason why I can't use it on this account is because look at those earthquake spells. They are looking pretty bad, bro. We cannot use this army with this account right now. It's okay, though. I jumped over to the Joe version 2 account and we did practice it a little bit, but we're going to take a look at a replay first in Clan War where I saw it used against one of my own clan mates, and I was like, wow, that is pretty legit, bro. Now, here's the kicker about defensive bases in Clan War is that at one time when they are built, they're more than likely built for a select meta attack. So let's say that this base might have been designed for minor hog rider hybrid attack, and then when it's gone through a few phases and a few months go by and then the lightning spell gets a rework and is dropped down to one housing space, then it opens it up for a completely different strategy, hence the dragons and the lightning spells. So we have about 11 lightning spells in this attack with 2 earthquake spells, and when we look at this base by design, we have 3 of the air defenses over here on the right side, up in the top side, and down in the bottom side of the base. The other, or the 4th air defense is over here by the Eagle Artillery. So those air defenses are stacked next to a heavy defense, and this is where this attack strategy is going to just basically reign supreme against unexpected defenders. 9 dragons, so we got to make sure that we funnel them together, but it really starts out with the lightning spells first. So we're going to zone in on this compartment, and I want you to really look at what's inside this compartment. We have an air defense, we have a wizard tower, we have a multi-target inferno tower, we have a bomb tower, and we have a cannon. Now let's watch the drop of the lightning spells, and you got to notice those levels. Those are important, and we're going to see 2 lightning spells dropped in the single tile space in between the air defense and that inferno tower, which does damage to 3 different buildings. 2 more lightning spells are going to be dropped in this single tile space between this inferno tower and this bomb tower, and it's going to do damage to both. Now you're going to see the earthquake spell dropped right in the middle, and because of the high level earthquake spell, you'll notice the massive radius. This is where the level of your earthquake spell comes into play. It has a high percentage on it, and it has a long range or a wide radius on it. So it's able to take out 3 or 4 of these different defenses. We're going to see the same exact trend drop down here in this compartment. We're going to eliminate the air defense and do some damage to a wizard tower, do damage to the inferno tower, and also destroy the bomb tower and the cannon over here. And we're also going to see it followed up with another earthquake spell, destroying this entire compartment. So that's 2 air defenses and 2 major defenses in the inferno tower destroyed. That's actually kind of very, very important. Now we have 3 more lightning spells remaining, and we're going to take out this backside air defense as well as the Grand Warden, the Mortar, the Archer Tower. So that is a lot of defenses eliminated with just the spells. So now we're going to transition into our dragon portion, and I like this approach over here because we have the Eagle Artillery, we have the final air defense, and we also have the Town Hall. So it works out really well that if the failure or the dragons fail, we'll still have a 2-star, but you will see a nice 3-star based on all of those defenses being taken out. So we're going to start out with the Ice Golem, which ultimately is going to freeze the defenses and give your heroes time. We got a Barb King and an Archer Queen working on the Town Hall, and they're going after this little area over here to try to funnel out and destroy these buildings and basically keep your dragons on path. We're also going to see an Electro Dragon and a Balloon. The Balloon was used to scout for a Seeking Air Mine, and the Electro Dragon is going to destroy this clump of buildings over here because they're all placed really tight together, which is perfect for that Chain Lightning ability. Now we're going to see all of the dragons dropped, the remaining balloons, and the Stone Slammer, as well as the Grand Warden. The Grand Warden will go with your dragons, and they're going to work their way directly into an air sweeper, so they really need that Grand Warden's ability to keep them alive through that air defense, as well as getting rid of that Eagle Artillery. So there will be a barrage of artillery, but it will be blocked out or null and void because of the Grand Warden's ability. So We also have in the clan castle the headhunter. So this is how you negate that headhunter situation. Instead of queen walking, you can use dragons. So if you happen to face off against something like this in your clan wars, this might be a better approach for you. So that stone slammer is going to get directly in on top of that air sweeper, and it will help out our dragons immensely. And that stone slammer basically just leads the way for the dragons, while our main group, they keep going towards the center of the base, taking out the expos. On the back side of the base, you will notice the minions are used to help do the cleanup, as well as keep the dragons focused in an area. So this is something that you're going to have to practice on your own if you're trying to do it. And there's different types of bases out there, so you might be able to get more than one air defense, and that's what we're going to take a look at next, because I'm not really by nature a dragon user. I haven't really used dragons a lot since Town Hall 8. It's really the last time that it was very effective until we saw the changes on the lightning spells, and this is how it's really going to be. As long as bases are setting it up for this, this is the army that you're going to want to use. It's very easy on the right bases, and you understand the mechanics of the attack. So after watching that replay last night, I was like, man, that's pretty cool. I got to go try that. So I jumped over to the Joe version 2 account where I actually have the levels of troops to do this army. And I went out in global and started searching around through bases. And the one thing that I got to warn you about if you're trying to practice this army out in global is that you only get 30 seconds to plan, unlike a clan war. A clan war, you get 24 hours to stare at a base and try to figure out where you're going to drop your lightning spells perfectly. So you really have to practice this in order to see what I'm seeing. And what I'm doing here is I found this nice little base where we have a clump of air defenses as well as the Inferno Tower. We got some expos in here, and you'll notice this one single tile difference between the air defense, the air sweeper, and the Inferno Tower. Well, that's kind of where I decided to drop my 2 lightning spells. So we're going to drop 2 lightning spells there, and we're going to do the same thing on the bottom side. 2 lightning spells between the Inferno Tower, the air defense, and then we're going to drop that earthquake spell directly on top of that Inferno Tower. This is pretty cool, right? We can get rid of 2 air defenses as well as the Inferno Tower set to single target mode. The same thing is going to happen on the opposite side. Now, this is just basically practice run, guys. I don't really know how to use this army that well. It just takes practice and repetition in order to learn these strategies, and that's exactly what I do. I just got a little bit more experience by being able to watch a replay and understand exactly what's going on there. And so we get rid of the Archer Queen, and that's pretty much it. Now we can drop our heroes over on the far left side to start setting up a funnel. Use the King's ability by mistake. That one's on me. I misclicked, and I was going after the Archer Queen, but instead used the King's ability. But he's still going to block for our Queen, and she's going to help out with the funneling process on this side of the base. And on the opposite side of the base, we're going to use the Electro Dragon to start clearing out some buildings over here. That way we could channel our dragons directly towards the Town Hall's location, dropping the balloons, backing it up with the Stone Slammer, and following them up with the Grand Warden. And at this point, you have really nothing else you can do. There's no other spells that you need to drop. You really kind of exhausted all of your spells. And the only thing that you really have to worry about here is using the Grand Warden's ability in the right area to keep your troops alive. Use the Queen's ability to, basically get rid of some more buildings. And yeah, I mean, funneling is really the key here, is what I see. Funneling the base properly, using the Grand Warden's ability there to keep this Stone Slammer alive. That way it continues to take out defenses and help our dragons. They did kind of split, and if you get a little bit more practice with this army, you should be able to focus in this bad boy a little bit better. There happened to be ground troops in the clan castle, so I didn't necessarily have to worry about them too much, but it could be a time factor. If your dragons get caught up on a P.E.K.K.A. or get caught up on a group of giants or something, this could slow down your attack, and this is where the minions come into play. The minions are on the back end of the base, clearing out those exterior buildings. As long as that archer tower is distracted, the Stone Slammer, in fact, survives the entire attack. So this is just a really cool one. I think I might try to do this one live, but before I do one live, I need to show you the repercussions if you do not have the levels to use this strategy yet. So at the beginning of the video, I mentioned level of spells. They are incredibly important, and this is going to be an example to show you why. This is a random base that I found out in global. I did train up this army on the Joe version 6 account because we have level 2 earthquake spells, and this is going to be the result. You'll notice that those air defenses are stacked really close together. We should be able to do damage to both of them, right? I misclicked and I dropped 3 lightning spells instead of 2. That was kind of my mistake. I was trying to get rid of that Archer Queen, but regardless, we still had 3 dropped over here, and we had 2 dropped on on that air defense, we should be able to place our earthquake spell right about there and do damage to both sides if we have the right level, if we have a high level one. So we only have level 2, and you'll notice the small radius as well as how weak the spell is, that it's not able to do the same exact damage that you saw in the previous 2 replays. So this is something that you need to be worried about. I did the same exact thing over here trying to destroy these air defenses, and you'll notice that the small radius of the level 2 spell wasn't quite enough, as well as the level is kind of weak. It's not got a high enough percentage to do the damage that's necessary to destroy the air defenses. Those air defenses must be destroyed in order to be successful with this attack. So we're going to go from here and go out into a live raid. Had to warn you about that just in case you are not high level yet. You might want to hold off on using this army unless it's on a really weak base. Alright, so let's go ahead and do one live. I had a few seconds to look at this base, and let's see if we can try to take this one down with the manner of spells and drops like we did in the previous 2 attacks. So let's go ahead and start out over here. We got a 1 tile difference between these buildings here. So let's drop 2 there, and let's drop 2 right here, right? Now let's go ahead and follow it up with our earthquake spell. Do we have enough range there? Maybe. Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the Inferno Tower did not fall. Okay, let's try this again over here. So let's drop 2 there, and let's drop 2 over here, and let's drop the Earthquake spell right about there. Maybe? Come on. Okay, so the Inferno Towers are still standing. They are higher level Inferno Towers, but we were able to get rid of all of the air defenses. So let's go ahead and start with a little bit of funneling. Let's drop our Barb King, our Archer Queen, and our Ice Golem to block for that king, and basically draw the fire from the defenses so the queen can take them out. And then we're going to follow it up over here with the Electro Dragons. Let's go ahead and destroy some buildings right here, and follow it up with a balloon, looking for the Seeking Air Mines, anything that could be in between buildings. And we're going to give them a few moments to clear out some buildings. Let's go ahead and use that king's ability, right? And Electro Dragon's looking pretty good with the funneling process. And the king's taking out multiple buildings. The queen's assisting with this process. And let's go ahead and drop our dragons, right? So let's get the dragons down. Let's go ahead and place our balloons. Followed up with a stone slammer. We still got 1 lightning spell. Actually, a few lightning spells. So we can get rid of this queen. There we go. All right. So we cleaned it up. We figured it out. So we got the dragons funneled into the right area. Looks like they're going to move directly towards the Inferno Towers as well as the Eagle Artillery. Grand Warden's ability, let's go ahead and use it to save our dragons, get them through this area. And we have expos that are mixed between ground and air mode. Looking okay so far, but we do have to worry about that single target Inferno Tower. Possibly could have came in from the opposite side. Didn't have a lot of time to plan this attack, you know what I mean? That's one of the downfalls of a global attack. But our balloons will be successful. They will get rid of that single target, and then our dragons are going to split in a very nice manner. Now, we could use our minions over here to start picking off some buildings since there's no archer towers. We have archer towers down there and a wizard tower. So dropping minions over there is going to be kind of useless. Let's go ahead and drop our minions over here to start working their way through. And we have this 1 random goblin. So overall, I think this is a very simple army to pick up. If you start to work with it a little bit, understand the spacing where you drop the lightning spells. Am I absolutely perfect right now? Probably not. But we will work on this one in the future. That was a nice base to take down and a good example to show you the basic dragons and lightning spells. So hopefully you're able to get something out of today's video and get a good understanding on how to start working with this army. If you enjoyed our content, make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe if you have not done so already. And if you like watching us every single day, turn on those notifications. If you need any additional video support or you want to see the Town Hall 11 free-to-play series from the very beginning, click one of those links over there, and we will see you in the next one, guys. Take care.